Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is women are not logical. Women are emotional beings. They're not logical beings. And it's funny, when I look at all of the emails that I get from guys, they're always focused on, what do I do? What do I say? What do I get her? What do I do to get her to like me and want me and to feel sexual attraction for me? Instead of focusing on what their actions and what they're saying are making a woman feel. Because that's a big problem. I'd say that's the biggest problem most guys make when they're interacting with women, is they don't understand the fact that women are driven by their emotions and their feelings. They don't respond to logic and reason. And when you meet a woman for the first time, and as I've written extensively in many of my other articles, like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, articles like that, where when a woman starts talking to a guy and she can tell he's all in his head and he's trying to think about what he should say and what he should do next, when a woman sees that and senses that, instinctively she knows at some level that this guy is obviously not very good with women. He doesn't know how to talk to women. He doesn't know how to relate to them. He doesn't know how to interact with them. And women know that the guys who are overly serious and who are always worried about what they are or what he should do, how they should interact, what kind of label they should put on the relationship, they know that these guys that act all serious are doing these things to make up for the fact that they're insecure and they're needy. And so when a guy demonstrates these logical tendencies and he gets all serious, women know that these guys are the types of guys that when they get frustrated, they try to force her to do things that she's not ready to do yet. And so they don't understand or to look at body language and read the signs and to be able to tell that she's emotionally ready for something. Because in their mind, they think, I just need a great argument or I just need a great pickup line and then she'll like me. Because you got to keep in mind, what a woman wants is she wants to feel safe and comfortable when she's with a guy. She wants to be herself and have a good time, let her hair down, and just live in the moment and get swept away in the moment. One of my articles that I wrote about a year ago called Women Want to Be in a Love Story, I go into detail and I talk about that. Women just want to be out and bump into a guy and start chatting and having a conversation, and time kind of stands still and things just kind of go by, and all of a sudden 4 hours have gone by when it seems like it's 10 minutes. And being with him is effortless, and it's fun, and it's funny. Like I say this all the time, love is playful and fun. It's not serious. It's all about having a good time. And so when a guy meets a girl and he starts acting all serious, right away she can tell he doesn't know how to have fun with a girl. And so if he doesn't know how to have fun with a girl, more than likely all of her interactions with that particular guy are going to be full of drama and causing her to feel feelings that are totally inappropriate in the moment. Because that's what a guy does. He's trying to be all logical and be all serious. And I'll give you an example. I got if you're watching this video on my webpage, the name of the article is Women Are Not Logical. You can Google Coach Corey Wayne, Women Are Not Logical, and that'll come up. But it's a really long email, and I'm not going to read it all, but there's a lot of good stuff in here. And one of the things that he says, because this obviously is typical, this girl he was living with, and he was expecting her to move in all of the rest of her stuff because she's kind of been living at home with her parents and also living with him. And when it comes time for her to move all of her stuff in, she breaks up with him, and he's totally shocked. And he's become focused on his business. He's an entrepreneur. And he's obviously gotten caught up in running his company, and he stopped doing all the things that made her successful when they got together, like going out and having fun and dating her and courting her, because he's probably been completely focused 100% on his business. And so even after the fact, now that they've broken up, he's looking at everything through his logical mind, trying to use logic and reason to say why she broke up with him. And all these complicated things and reasons. I mean, at the end of the day, he lowered her interest level in him. He didn't do the things that would normally cause her to feel safe and comfortable and just have fun around him and eventually fall for him. And so he says here, it's one of the things that's really key here. He says, through our relationship, I've been trying to guide and help her overcome these insecurities and become successful. But she is an extremely stubborn person in that no matter what I say, there is no reasoning or talking logic into that girl. I mean, duh. I mean, women are emotional beings. And it's like guys that are in relationships that are struggling with their wife or their girlfriend. You know, a lot of guys are great at picking up and meeting women, but when it comes to getting into a relationship and relating to a woman and getting her to talk and open up and express her feelings, these guys are totally lost. And since women are emotional beings, they relate and they solve their problems by talking about them and experiencing their emotions. And so it's obvious that whenever something was wrong in the relationship, he's tried to argue with her and win his argument using logic and reason. And all this communicates to her is that he doesn't care about me. He doesn't care what I'm thinking. He doesn't care what I'm feeling, because he's trying to win an argument. And when you try to win an argument with your wife or girlfriend, all she's going to do is get more upset, more distant, and shut down to you emotionally. And that's what this gal has basically done. He stopped playing and having fun with her, and instead he got all in his head and completely out of his heart. And it's a fascinating email. I mean, you could tell here basically that this girl can't wait to get the fuck away from him because he's made her feel so uncomfortable. If I was to talk to her, she'd probably tell me that she felt like she lost herself in the relationship, or that she can't be herself around him, because probably every time she's trying to be herself, he's used logic and reason to explain away why she's feeling the way she is, or why she should feel different than what she is. And when a guy does that, all he's doing is not acknowledging her feminine heart and basically communicating, hey, your feelings and your emotions, they're not important. What's really important is this blah, 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 this logical argument of why things are the way they are. And so if you're struggling with women in your relationships, you got to understand it's all about emotions and how you make her feel. And when all else fails or you have doubts, always go back to just having fun. Like I always say about dates, create a romantic, fun-filled opportunity for sex to happen. Love is fun and playful. It's not serious. So forget about the logic, forget about the reason. Just focus on making her smile and laugh and have a good time by telling jokes, telling stories about things that have happened to you. You can use self-deprecating humor, stuff that's funny, stuff from childhood, things that happened in childhood, or stuff that happened when you were out with your buddies last week that was really funny, or something outrageous that somebody said. Because it's like when I go out and I'm at a party or I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm focused on my buddies and my girlfriends that I'm with, and laughing and joking and having a good time. And I'll guarantee you that everybody at that party, that social event, is going to look over where I'm at and where my buddies are at, and they're going to come over and start talking to us, or just walking by, because you can tell if you've ever watched this happening, where you have a group of people that are really having a good time, and they're laughing, they're joking, they're not really even paying attention to the rest of the people that are in the bar or the nightclub or the social event or the party, wherever it happens to be. And so if you're watching this, you'll see like women, as they approach this group, they'll look over the group and they'll start smiling like they're becoming involved. And they're just hoping somebody just kind of pulls them right into the group and they can just get lost in the moment and have a good time. And that's the key here, is because if you can get women lost in the emotions of fun and playfulness and having a good time and telling funny stories and making fun of each other and just joking around, she's going to forget about life's problems or the boss that she hates that's a jerk or whatever. That's the key. Focus on how you're making her feel. You want her to feel good emotions, emotions of having fun, emotions where she can feel comfortable and be herself and say things that maybe are a little outrageous, and that's going to be encouraged and accepted and loved and adored and appreciated. Because you get a woman that will just have fun with you, and you're going to communicate to her that you understand women, that you understand that it's all about having fun and living in the moment and letting her express herself and talk about things that you ask her about because you're sincerely interested in her. That's something to think about. And so if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located on the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you've got a question that you want to ask me or a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, just click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs detailing your situation. And you got to give me several days to get back to you with a detailed response. Like this particular email here, this guy sends this to me on a weekend when I'm not here and I'm not working, going, oh, hopefully you can write a big, long response to me before I meet this girl tomorrow. It's like, you got to understand, I answer these things in the order that they come in, and I've got to take care of my paying customers first. And so I answer these emails when and if I get the time to. So you just got to give me, if you're not a paying client of mine, you got to give me several days to get back to the detailed response. Don't send me an email on the weekend and expect that I'm going to be in here in the office and that I have no life, that I live to just answer all these emails. And so if you'd like to book a paid phone coaching session with me personally, just click the Products tab at the top of your screen and follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon, my friends.